The studio is coming together. The next big thing was getting my work tables assembled. I have this giant 6-foot table from Uline that I plan to make my products on, so it was super important to get this table put back together so that I can actually start making things in my studio. I am so glad that I have Kale for this. As you can see, this table is all stainless steel and heavy. This would be really tough to put together on my own, so we worked as a team to put it all together. Once we got this table assembled and placed where it's going to be, we tackled my work desk where I'll be doing my business administration, basically everything computer related. And although the initial plan was just to get the tables put together, before I knew it, I was unboxing the rest of my raw materials, which is perfect since I planned on making something special this week. I'll be showing you that project later on in this video, but for now, I wanted to show you guys this beautiful trout Kale caught in the lake that we live on. Baking trout is pretty straightforward and simple. I cut up some lemons and then drizzle the trout with olive oil. To season the trout, I used salt and pepper, stuffed the trout with lemons, and then some cilantro that was on its last legs. I wrap it up in foil and then bake the trout where it steams up in its own juices. Kayla's caught a bunch of trout from the lake, but I haven't caught a single one, which is so sad for me since I can get pretty competitive, but competitive or not, I definitely have been enjoying cooking and eating his catches because trout prepared in this way is so delicious and so simple. I highly recommend you give this a go. I love coffee, so when one of my friends got me a coffee subscription for my birthday, I was so excited to finally start getting some of these coffees. I'm gonna get coffees from around the world for 3 months, and this is the first month. And it looks like we are making a stop in El Salvador. The subscription company is called the Atlas Coffee Club, and it looks like that this coffee has tasting notes of lemon, blackberry jam, and milk chocolate. This coffee subscription is really cool because you can choose the roast level, whether you want your coffee in grounds or if you want them in beans that you can go and grind yourself. And I chose the beans because we have a grinder. I just think coffee tastes better when it's ground from whole beans. I'm gonna go and smell this. Look how beautiful the packaging is. Ooh, can't wait to try. I'm trying to pick up the notes of lemon, blackberry jam, and milk chocolate, and I don't know if I do pick up those notes. It just tastes like a really good cup of coffee. I like that. And I'm excited to see what the other 2 months coffees are gonna be. When I first started uploading videos to my channel and I was getting 10 views a video and it was really discouraging, I was not thinking in any way that I would someday have over 100,000 subscribers, and I certainly did not think I would ever be out in public getting recognized by people who watch my videos. But a couple weeks ago, this actually happened. I was in Walmart and I was approached by someone who had been watching me for a really long time. The people that we met in the Walmart were Tessa and Jim, and these two have been watching my channel for a long time. And from my videos, they learned how to make soap, how to make bath bombs, and they just had such an incredible story, which we learned all about because they invited us out to their property in the middle of the woods. We had so much fun. They made us a delicious dinner. We got to see orcas off of the beach where their property is on. Oh wow!
And I think there's like a couple more that follow after him. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's cool.
Look at him go!
This is crazy. I've never seen. I love these guys. There's one of these by my parents' house, and like
I can't believe this.
they honestly remind me like a brontosaurus. Like,
Look at him go!
That was incredible. And there was even this amazing garden, this herb garden that we visited, and there was tons of rosemary growing and lavender and St. John's wort. It was just such a magical visit. But not only did they show us around their property and make us a delicious meal and have such wonderful, amazing conversations, but they also showed me the products that they've made. There's more. Tess insisted that I take all of this home with me, and these are soaps that she made because of the stuff that she learned, not just from my channel. She learned a lot from Katie, she learned a lot from Ellen Ruth, people who have really big channels in this soaping niche. Their company is Hood River, and they are not launched yet. They have just moved back from Montana, and they're getting resettled here in Washington, and they're going through a transition just like we are. But I will let you know once they're up and running so that you can go and check out her stuff. This is their pineapple papaya soap, and I think that's a dried pineapple on top of their soap there. That smells so good. Espresso, looks like there's coffee grounds. I love the layers of the soap. Sea of lemongrass, beautiful colors in this bar. Here's their gorgeous lilac bar. Raindrops on roses. They have beautiful roses on the top of their soaps. I love their layers. Blueberry Farm, this smells amazing, just like blueberries. Tobacco and bay leaf. She also credits me for teaching her how to make bath bombs. Look at this gorgeous pineapple crush bath bomb that she made. It is rock solid and it looks absolutely perfect. And that was one of the things I was worried about being here in Washington, was the humidity, whether or not my recipe works in this type of climate, and apparently it does. But not only has she learned from me, but she's also done stuff that I haven't even done, like this gorgeous bubbly bar or bath bar. This looks so cool. This is one of the projects that I want to do down the line. She makes lotion bars like this chocolate espresso one. Oh, and that smells so good. Look how beautiful that is. And she makes amazing candles too. Look at these snails. So adorable. And this gorgeous rose pillar candle. We are so overwhelmed by Tess and Jim's generosity, not just with their time, but with making a meal for us and sharing their stories, but all of these products that they insisted we take from them. We did not want to take so many, but they are just such kind people, and you can tell from talking to them that they're passionate about most of the things in their lives, not just soap. So if you're watching, Tessa and Jim, thank you so much for hosting Kayla and I. We cannot wait to see you guys again in the future. You guys are amazing. And I really hope that once you do launch, that you find success, because these are gorgeous, amazing products. And this is all to say that if you do see me in a Walmart or anywhere out there at a Costco, please don't hesitate to say hi, because Kayla and I, we love meeting people who watch us. We love hearing your stories, and we just love talking soap, which is what I did for a lot of the visit with Tessa and Jim, is just talk about this amazing craft and how obsessed we all are about it. This coffee gets better as you drink more of it. I think I'm starting to taste the jam in it. Today, I want to print out those shipping labels and get all of those packages ready to drop off at the post office. And I was thinking pirate ship. I was gonna try that first to see how it goes. So that's gonna be my big to-do for today, and maybe I will make shampoo. I'm getting really low on my shampoo bar that I have right now. So I was thinking of trying out a liquid shampoo that I formulated, and we'll see how that goes. Today I am doing something that I have not done in a long time, and that is getting packages ready for shipment. And I'm going to be doing that in my brand new space. It's not quite done, but as you can see, we have done so much. Now, working in a studio space that's just basically a big rectangle is tricky, because I have pockets of spaces that are specific to certain business tasks, like making soap, and then there's packaging, and then eventually someday I want to get a sink in here so I can wash dishes and store all of my tools and my molds and all that stuff. So to create those pockets of space, I had to use my furniture as kind of these walls that blocked off the spaces, and I think it ended up looking really, really great. And I can't wait to get in there and start working. Not only do I have products that I need to package, but I also need to label them. So I'll be printing labels and showing you that. And hopefully by the end of today, I will have packages ready to get to the post office. I was planning on putting the packages in boxes, but then I realized that everything fits nicely into a padded mailer, and I don't think that the jars are in danger of breaking. They're packaged super well, wrapped in bubble wrap, and these envelopes, like I mentioned, are padded. So this should be plenty of protection for these to get to my patrons, my Golden Bubble patrons. I'm just really, really sorry and sad that these are so late, but I'm also glad that I'm getting back on track. It's almost time to package the month of June's Golden Bubble patrons. I've never been this behind before, but we're getting there. We're getting there. All of the products are in their packages. The only thing that I have left to do is to stick the shipping label on these guys. I have to find out where to purchase them and just go through all of that. It's already nearing dinner time. Kale's getting home in an hour or so. So I think I'm just going to wait until tomorrow to finish this off. I put in a good day's work. My first label that I printed from the States to another address in the States using the Mun Bin. I love this machine so much. Now let's do the other 12 that I need to do. So I created an account on both USPS and Pirate Ship, and it was such an easy process to get set up. It was literally a blink of an eye and I was ready to start shipping. It was a free account for both websites, and I just wanted to try both to see whether or not there was a very big difference in terms of pricing. And when I put in the address of one of the addresses that I needed to ship to, I found that it was the exact same. So with that in mind, I did a lot of my packages through USPS.com. But one of the packages is being sent to Canada. So I was really curious about that, and that was the only place where Pirate Ship popped up differently, and it was cheaper by $1. So I decided to go through Pirate Ship for that one. And buying the labels, that process was so easy. It was a pretty user-friendly site for both of the shipping places, both of the shipping shipping companies. They're both very simple to use, and the prices were excellent. And something that I noticed as I was checking out was that I could actually schedule a pickup for these packages, which is really, really convenient. All of these little things make the shipping process in the States, I would say, so much easier and straightforward and affordable than it was in Canada. And I'm just really, really happy about that.
I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't go.
When we were walking around that herbal garden and I saw that big bush of rosemary, I was instantly inspired to make a rosemary shampoo. Did you know that rosemary actually has some hair growth properties? And my hair is pretty thin. It's also on the oilier side, so if I can make a shampoo that caters to that specific hair type, I'm going to try it out. But the thing is, I have never tried a liquid shampoo before. I've always done just solid shampoo bars. So today is gonna be a brand new experience. We'll see how it turns out. I'm so excited to be finally making in the studio space. It's been a long time coming. I just really love the high ceilings and how bright it is in here. I still need to get the sink put in, but in the meantime, I'm just going to be bringing stuff up and down. It'll be super exciting once we get the sink in here, then everything will be ready. So we're gonna start with our water ingredients. Distilled water, rosemary floral water, which smells really strongly of rosemary, and witch hazel. Next, we're going to add our surfactants, and surfactants are what add the foam and the bubbles and the lather, basically the cleansing factor to the shampoo. And the reason why we use a combination of them or a blend of them is because these surfactants work best with other surfactants, and that really helps create a stable lather, a really thick lather, which is what you want when it comes to a shampoo, so that you can thoroughly cleanse your hair. Okay, so those are our surfactants, and you can see that they're not quite incorporated together because of the different viscosities. So we're going to gently stir them all to combine them. You can use a fork or a butter knife, like what I'm using. Just kind of cut through the really thick BSB liquid surfactant and get it incorporated with the other surfactants. And we are really gently mixing them together too, because you can see I'm already kicking up bubbles. And with surfactants, bubbles are going to get kicked up no matter what you do. So let's keep it to a minimum by being very gentle with our stirring. So we have our surfactants looking pretty uniform. Now we're going to add our waters to the surfactants. And again, try to do this slowly and gently to keep the bubbles at a minimum. And just like with the surfactants, you want to be very gentle when mixing everything together. And it will incorporate together eventually. It might not seem like that at first, but everything will become one with careful stirring over time. And now for this next part, we're going to do something important when it comes to shampoo, and that is testing the pH of the product. So I have some distilled water in here. I'm going to now add my shampoo to this water, just a little bit. Get that shampoo in there, and then we're going to test it. I got this pH testing kit from Amazon, and it is well worth the money because you get this really great pH reader. So we are getting a reading of 8.4, and that is definitely way too high. It's going down to 8.3. What we want ideally is below 6, so 5.9 or lower for our shampoo. So the way we can adjust our shampoo is by adding a few drops of citric acid solution. This citric acid solution is 70% distilled water and 30% citric acid, and it's in this nice dropper bottle so that I can really control the amount of citric acid solution I can add to my products, because you don't want to add too much, like a couple of drops to start, and then go from there, because once it gets too low, then you're gonna have to go the other way. So after adding my citric acid solution, I got the pH down to 5.1, which is great. Now that we have our shampoo and it is pH balanced, we can add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to be adding our scent and our other special extras that I like to add at the very end. This sample I'm going to discard and not add to the rest of my shampoo. So next we're going to add some green tea extract. And when you're picking extracts, it's fun to see what benefits each extract provides to a product. But another thing to think about is whether or not that extract is oil or water soluble. And for this particular recipe, which is a water-based recipe or formula, you'll want an extract that will be able to blend with the ingredients, so a water-soluble extract is ideal. I really like green tea extract too, which is why I use it a lot. It has some really nice conditioning and calming and soothing properties. You'll also want to pay attention to the max usage. Not all extracts are the same, and some of them are a little bit more concentrated than others. Next, I'm going to add some white willow bark, and this is great for people who suffer from scalp acne. I'm using it in this shampoo because I really want it to be a cleansing, clarifying type of shampoo, and hopefully it'll help with my oily hair. Now I'm gonna add some hydrolyzed oat protein. I also really like hydrolyzed rice protein, and you can see how I'm running out of this guy. I'm probably gonna purchase rice protein next after this, because I think I like the rice protein in hair products more so for its thickening properties. You don't need much in products, which is why this giant bottle is still lingering on. And then we have some panthenol, which is another great ingredient for hair care products. And because this is a rosemary clarifying shampoo, we're gonna be using rosemary essential oil. Not a blend, just pure rosemary. It smells so, so good. The previous owners of this house planted a gorgeous garden, and I'm not gonna do much to it this year while we're getting settled in and we're still trying to figure stuff out. But next year for sure, when I add to the garden, I'm gonna try to do some rosemary because I love this plant, it's amazing. And last is another very important ingredient. This is our preservative. We're using liquid Germol Plus because this is a really great, reliable preservative that I like to use for my water-based formulas. Now we're just gonna mix everything together. And then once this is all incorporated and uniform, we're gonna add that to our shampoo. I'm gonna now add this to my shampoo, and it will change the color of it, but I'm okay with that. Now we're just gonna stir and get it all together until it's one uniform color. So this was quite thick before, but it's kind of watered down some. And I think I might add a little bit of Crothix to thicken it, just to make it a nice pumpable consistency. So we've added the Crothix. We're going to mix and see if that helps thicken our consistency. And with Crothix, you want to start small, work your way up, because there is such a thing as too thick when it comes to shampoo. And that is thickening it up beautifully. I really like that. To bottle up the shampoo, I'm going to be using these bottles. They have a locking mechanism up here so you can ship these and they won't spill everywhere. All right, let's get this poured into our bottles. I think I might have overfilled these guys, but that is okay. Here is the finished bottle of liquid rosemary clarifying shampoo. Now the fun part begins, testing this out to see whether or not this is compatible with my hair. And that's the important thing. Whenever you make products like this, it's always good to test to see how it performs, not just the first few times, but until you reach the end of this bottle, because you really want to use it the way your customers would use it so you can get the full experience and anticipate any questions your customer might have, like how long does this last? Or can I store this in direct sunlight? And for those curious to see how this foams and lathers, here is a clip of me using this guy tomorrow morning. So after washing and drying my hair with a blow dryer, my hair feels very clean, feels very light, and I really like the shampoo. It smells really good. I definitely will continue to use it. I love how my hair feels and looks, so this gets a thumbs up for me. If you're impressed by that and want to make this for yourself, I have the full recipe and steps on my Patreon, which is listed down below, along with a lot of other recipes of my soaps and bath bombs and anything else that I've made, that's on my Patreon. So if you want to join that, thank you so much for supporting me on there, and thank you to you guys who watch this channel every single time I put up a video. Tune in next week to see what else I make in my beautiful studio and to catch up with what's going on in my life, because I'm still transitioning. I'm still trying to get my business, all the background administrative stuff figured out, but I'm really glad that I figured shipping out. I didn't mention this to you guys, but USPS did pick up my packages this morning from my home. So that is a huge benefit to shipping with them. If you're considering carriers, for me, that is huge. Until next time, keep smiling and keep being awesome. Bye guys.